Heroic. This is a 1992 Democratic Convention, and I just wanted to get you that glimpse of that LOVE there. I'm really going to play another clip more than this, but...
It was at this time, it was at this place, it was at this event 16 years ago. I presented a keynote address to the Democratic National Convention. I remind you, with modesty, I remind you that that year, 1976, we won the presidency. Why not? Why not repeat that performance in 1992? We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. What we need to do, Democrats, is believe that it is possible to win. It is possible. We can do it.
As well as humans,
Now,
all humans, we can do
You
it.
have heard a lot about change tonight. Every speaker here has said something about change. And I want you to talk with me for a few minutes about change. But I want you to listen to the way I have entitled my remarks. Change from what to what? From what to what? This change, which is very rhetorically oriented, this change acquires substance when each of us contemplates the public mind. What about the public mind? There appears to be a general apprehension in the country about the future.
Absolutely.
That apprehension undermines our faith in each other and our faith in ourselves.
Cynicism.
Undermines that confidence. The idea that America today will be better tomorrow has become destabilized.
That's right.
It has become destabilized because of the recession and the sluggishness of the economy. Jobs lost have become permanent unemployment rather than cyclical unemployment.
All right, we're going to skip ahead here because she's got a lot to talk
The
about.
public mind.
I'm going to go up to, and I say this is sort of the intro, folks. This is not the main dish. This is the appetizer, just to give you a glimpse of who Barbara Jordan is. Let's give this about 25, 15. Let's jump in here. Oops. Okay, let's see.
Item which has arisen. Character has become an item on the political agenda of 1992.
Character.
The question of character is a proper one. But if you were to exercise a well-reasoned examination, of the question of character, what you discover is that the whole question falls into emotionalism rather than fact. You know how dangerous it is for us to make decisions based on emotion rather than reason. James Madison, the founder of the Constitution, or father of the Constitution, warned us of the perils of relying on passion rather than reason. There is an editor, a late editor of the Emporia, Kansas Gazette, who had this, William White, who had this to say about reason, and it's very, very pertinent. The quote, "Reason has never failed man. Only fear and oppression have made the wrecks of the world." It is reason. It is reason. It is reason and not passion which should guide our decisions. The question persists.
Listening to that, Georgia.
The question persists. Who can best lead this country at this moment in our history? I close my remarks by quoting from Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt's inaugural address, which he made in 1933.
Looking back in history,
Franklin
people.
Roosevelt made that address to a people longing for change
1992,
from the
this
darkness
is.
and despair of the Great Depression. And this is what Roosevelt said: "In every dark hour of our national life, a leadership of frankness and vigor has met with that understanding and support of the people themselves, which is essential to victory. Given the ingredients."
Okay, Barbara.
We've got a lot of heroes in Texas. We've got a lot of people that Texans love. But one of the most beloved people in our state is a great lady named Barbara Jordan. She served in the U.S. Congress. She's now at the Lyndon Johnson School in the Centennial Chair of National Policy. She got her bachelor's degree from Texas Southern, her law degree from Boston University. Hold on to your hat, she's received 31 honorary doctorate degrees. Congresswoman Jordan practiced law in Houston. She served in the Texas State Legislature. She was elected to the House of Representatives, where she served till 1978. In 1976, Time magazine selected Representative Barbara Jordan as one of its 10 Women of the Year. That same year, she delivered the keynote address at the Democratic National Convention. She was a member of the House Committee on the Judiciary, House Committee on Government Operations, Steering and Policy Committee of the Democratic Caucus. She serves on the board of directors of the Meade Corporation, Texas Commerce Bank, Burlington Northern, and Northrop Grumman Corporation. She is a recipient of numerous humanitarian and public service awards. She has a heart as big as Texas. It has been my privilege to know her for many years. She was appointed to chair the Commission on Immigration Reform. It is a privilege to introduce Barbara Jordan, who will now discuss with us the problem of immigration reform. Let's give her a big hello. Come on up, brother.
congratulate you on coming to Texas in August. You see, I go to Washington from time to time, and they tell me it's hot there, and I tell them if you want to know real heat, come to Texas. But if you want to know heat in its actuality, chair the United States Commission on Immigration Reform. It's a hot-button issue, and I chair this commission, and it is a bipartisan commission. The president appointed me as the chair, and I'm the only presidential appointee on it. It's a congressional commission. It has an even number of Republicans and Democratic appointees representing every conceivable view on immigration and what to do about it. Its purposes is to make recommendations to Congress to reform immigration policy and to ensure that immigration serves the national interest. Let me emphasize the bipartisan nature of our deliberations. The issue of immigration is not a partisan issue. Immigration is central to our American identity. The tradition of immigration continues. There are two Texans in Congress who are dealing with immigration: Lamar Smith, Republican; John Bryant, Texan, Democrat. They have introduced a bill dealing with immigration reform, and they have tracked the recommendations of the commission. Alan Simpson and Ted Kennedy have worked together for years to ensure bipartisan support of this issue. And the president and his administration have taken a very highly activist view and stance in working to curb illegal immigration. It is going to take both the Congress and the administration to do it. Now, let me tell you a bit about the commission. We were created in the Immigration Reform Act of 1990. Our mandate is to make these recommendations and to make them by 1997. In not quite 3 years, the Commission has held dozens of hearings all over the country. We've been in Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, San Diego, El Paso, New York City, San Juan, Austin, Texas, Lowell, Massachusetts, Nogales, Arizona. In coming months, we're going to Seattle and San Francisco and back to Texas in the winter. We remain engaged in the mission which the Congress assigned to us, but we have reached certain conclusions, and I will sum up those recommendations to you. We have concluded that a properly regulated legal immigration system is in the national interest. We support the basic framework of current policy, but I said properly regulated, and I mean that. Immigration is not a right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution to everyone anywhere in the world who thinks they want to come to the United States. Immigration is a privilege. It is a privilege granted by the people of the United States to those we choose to admit. But this is not a mere favor that we grant to people because we're generous. We're a generous nation, yes. But we're saying that immigration is in our national interest. We admit that. It is in our national interest to unite families and create economic growth and protect those who flee persecution, as many before the immigrants of today seeking freedom in this land of opportunity have sought. The Commission recommendations are intended to continue the benefits of legal immigration while limiting costs. And there are costs. Good things are rarely free. These costs are often borne disproportionately by regions, states, localities, which are the focus of immigrants: California, Texas, Florida, New York, Illinois, New Jersey, Arizona in particular. The Commission first recommended a comprehensive strategy to deter illegal immigration. We must control illegal immigration before it erodes our first commitment to legal immigration in the national interest. The Commission defines credibility in immigration policy by a simple yardstick. Those who should get in, get in. Those who should not get out are kept out. And those who should not be here are required to leave. We, as a commission, we denounce hostility toward immigrants. That is antithetical to our traditions and our national interest. And we cannot sustain ourselves as a society if we condone divisiveness. But we are a country of laws. For our immigration policy to make sense, it is necessary to make distinctions between those who obey the law and those who violate it. Therefore, we disagree with those who would label any effort to control illegal immigration as somehow inherently anti-immigrant. Unlawful immigration is not acceptable. Now, many Americans believe that this government cannot or will not manage immigration. Despite any recent improvements in border management and other immigration enforcement, the continued entry of illegal aliens fuels that perception. The Commission recommends a 7-part strategy to fight illegal immigration. Better border management, including prevention of illegal entry and facilitation of legal crossings. Reduction of the job magnet. We must face the fact the reason illegal aliens come here can be summed up in 3 words: they get jobs. Limits on the eligibility of illegal aliens for benefits combined with impact assistance to states and localities for unavoidable costs of emergency health care, other emergency assistance, education, and criminal justice expenditures, prompt deportation procedures, preparation for migration emergencies, initiatives to reduce the causes of migration in the source country, and improve the data. One recommendation, of course, caused more debate than any other. The Commission recommended the development and implementation of a better system to verify authorization to work. One that can eliminate fraud and discrimination and continue to protect our privacy and relieve businesses of unnecessary and counterproductive paperwork. At present, employers look at 1 or 2 of 29 different documents to establish work authorization. The most common are driver's license and Social Security card, and both are easily forged. We visited a park. We unanimously and strongly believe that such a program would be a grievous mistake. I urge private industry, churches, community groups, volunteer groups, individuals to redouble their efforts to provide English language instruction and civics education to immigrants. I remind immigrants that they too have a responsibility. They have a responsibility to embrace the common core of American civic culture, civic values, and institutions.
Anyways, times are changing. I think that America needs to wake up. California needs to wake up. The world needs to wake up. That so much of the planet's problems, particularly with environmental or climate change. It just begins with the fact that there's too many people. And it's not a question of doing away with people. Murder or suicide is not out of the, not a solution. And we can get through this, but we do need to confront it and deal with it, not be afraid of it. And there's some power behind doing the right thing. And immigration laws, Barbara Jordan approach to this country's problems is far overdue, way overdue. Anyways, refreshing, powerful, eloquent voice of Barbara Jordan. Thank you. All right, cheers.